This is as far as I go, but you can make it to the bridge from here.
Thank you, Virgil.
Virgil! Virgil!
Good luck
We're
now.
coming!
I'm gonna go look for the survivors.
Hey, we supposed to be on that side of the room.
Yeah, our boat is right next to the bridge. On the other side of the water.
Virgil's here. Oh, sure.
Hi, my name is Gabe Newell, and welcome to Left 4 Dead 2. We love this style of zombie-driven cooperative gameplay. Tom Leonard and the rest of the Left 4 Dead 2 team had a great time building on the design and game mechanics of the original, and we hope you have as much fun playing the game as we did making it. To listen to a commentary node, put your crosshair over the floating commentary symbol and press your use key. To stop a commentary node, put your crosshair over the rotating node and press the use key again. Some commentary nodes may take control of the game in order to show something to you. In these cases, simply press your use key again to stop the commentary. Please let me know what you think after you've had a chance to play Left 4 Dead 2. I can be reached at gaben@valvesoftware.com. I get about 10,000 emails each time we release a game, and while I can't respond to all of them, I do read all of them. Thanks and have fun.
Yeah. Hey, man, we should keep going.
Sure thing, let's
I'm
go.
with you.
We did a lot of work in Left 4 Dead 2 to make every campaign unique in terms of flavor and gameplay. This drove our decisions in regard to locale, lighting, population, music, and events. We wanted to create a continuous set of locations proceeding through the South, with the goal of making each location iconic and evocative. We drew up an overall world map of our version of the South, and charted out a journey through a variety of locations. While each location has its own particular common zombie types, we further differentiated each campaign by creating uncommon zombies, which are thematically tied to that location. The uncommon zombies also have specific gameplay mechanics that make them unique. In each campaign, the music blended specific elements of the location with the central recurring Left 4 Dead theme. We also designed new elements in each campaign, where the director could take control in interesting ways, be it weather, unique paths, or types of crescendo events and finales.
Since players spend the vast majority of their time shooting the common infected, we wanted to improve the feedback and visceral nature of this experience. In Left 4 Dead 1 we provided only the ability to shoot off limbs, with blood decals for bullet hits appearing only on the PC. Now, in Left 4 Dead 2, there are 43 unique ways to damage an infected, from gunfire through melee weapons all the way up to explosive damage. Because many of these wounds are non-fatal, players are able to wound an infected more than once, resulting in about 780 possible damage combinations. To create the appearance of a wound, we project a texture modified by an ellipsoid that culls the pixels of the wounded area from the infected, creating a cavity for the wound to fit into. To avoid memory overhead, instead of creating wound variants for each of the infected, the wounds are spawned as separate objects that work for the entire horde. Our scripting system allows us to spawn specific wounds from specific weapon hits. For example, the sniper rifle headshot explodes the head, and the axe creates a slash across the meaty areas of the body.
Let's go.
Bullshit!
I'm here.
I got you.
Let's go.
Reload!
Reloading.
Are these bulletproof? Fireproof zombies. Hooray!
The guiding sound design principles in Left 4 Dead, as well as Left 4 Dead 2, were to stay as organic as possible and to reflect the world within which the game takes place. For example, the monsters are all former human beings grotesquely transformed. And as such, all of their vocalizations are human performances with very little effects processing, if any at all. The challenge with the new character sounds in Left 4 Dead 2 was to keep them clearly audible for gameplay, reasonably believable at unrealistic distances, and clearly identifiable as unique. The existing bosses already used the pitch spectrum for differentiation, so we expanded into more characterizations. The Charger mutters unintelligibly to himself, the Spitter is trying to screech out her bile hairball, and the Jockey, well, who knows what he's on about.
The body piles were generated by tossing self-colliding ragdolls into a level in-game, then exporting out the result. We were able to use a debugging tool to drag them into artistic piles. Content creation at its most enjoyable. Unfortunately, the process was so efficient that it took only about 2 hours.
Let's roll.
Yeah.
Why, yeah.
We wanted to improve the variation on the infected while keeping their memory footprint identical. The entire horde is never comprised of more than 5 head textures and 5 body textures. We use a luminosity lookup into a gradient texture for tinting variation, allowing us to not only get a hue variation, but also a luminosity variation. For example, we can make a black or white t-shirt out of the same texture map. The gradient is broken up into zones, so that we can tint areas of clothing and skin differently. The infected texture also includes 4 distinct masks for blood and detail, such as dirt or pond scum. We randomize both the gradients and the masks each time an infected is spawned. We also randomize the body and head meshes, resulting in nearly 20,000 available variations in a typical map, up more than tenfold from the original Left 4 Dead.
Follow me. Yes.
I got your back.
I'm with you.
Got your back.
Oh my god.
Woohoo! Apocalypse my ass. We're living in the best shooting range of all time.
When deciding what to do about the music for Left 4 Dead 2, we faced some interesting challenges. Some of the music in Left 4 Dead 1 plays an iconic and important role in gameplay, and we felt that it shouldn't really be changed. On the other hand, the game is set in the southern United States, which is rich with musical identity, so we also felt that adding some local flavor to each campaign would really help set the tone for that campaign. The solution to bridging the gap between the new local campaign music and the more traditional horror music from the first game was solved in several ways. First, we kept all the original themes from Left 4 Dead 1, but arranged them in a style consistent with the local campaign's theme. Second, we wrote an overarching set of cinematic Southern Goth pieces for the entire game. Finally, we wrote new pieces for the new characters in the style of Left 4 Dead 1. By doing all of this, we established that these are new characters in new places, but they're sharing the experience of everyone else in the Left 4 Dead universe.
This way, guys. Don't you reckon we should move on now?
I'm with you. Does anybody know how to make a hurricane? A zombie?
What? No. Well, I'll be damn. Fireproof zombies. Frying pan. Yeah.
The infected textures are part hand-painted, part photographic reference. One of our team members had a nightmare folder full of photographs of people suffering from bizarre diseases and injuries. They were so hard to look at that the infected actually contained none of these. Instead, the secret ingredients for infecting normal-looking human textures are photos of housing insulation and potato skins.
That ain't right. What the hell? These things fireproof? Hell yeah. Weapons over here.
We wanted to invoke the feeling that the infected have lost their humanity and behave like feral animals. Seeing their eyes glow in the dark like those of a deer in headlights helps illustrate this. To create that effect, we authored the shader for the infected so that an artist could mark the regions that should reflect light towards the viewer in a texture. The artists quickly realized that they could also use this feature to make retroreflective safety materials on clothing, which they put to use on several of the uncommon characters. You now see this effect on riot gear, CEDA hazmat suits, and construction vests. As a side benefit, we found that the retroreflective effect also helped players identify targets in very dark areas.
Come on, keep move on.
This restaurant was one of the first areas we populated with tables and chairs. In early playtests, a survivor would pop a boomer, and the resulting explosion sent tables and chairs flying everywhere. It was a great effect. We decided to furnish a few more areas like this, so that more players would be likely to experience it at some point in the campaign.
Machine gun. Reload! Oh shit, that ain't right. Hey, don't, well, piss.
Reloading.
Hazmat guys. Hey, I'm reloading.
The pipe bomb has always been a crowd pleaser, but in Left 4 Dead 1 we were forced to disable ragdolls and gibs and replace them with a blood mist due to performance issues. This time, with a new wound system, a new ragdoll solver and new particle effects, we finally returned to our original vision. The pipe bomb causes visually catastrophic damage to the infected horde, to the delight of gamers and designers alike.
Man, we learned your asses. Oh, man!
Hey, we should get going, man.
I'm right behind you.
That's right.
Let's go.